Namaste and welcome to our restorative and yin yoga practice, starting with some gentle movements to warm us up. My name is Michelle Chua, and our physical focus today is going to be all around, but also especially in the hips, the outer hips. So grab a few props, whatever you have around, a couple of blocks, a strap, a blanket, a pillow, maybe extra pillows, and let's start propping the pelvis up on any of your pillows or blankets, where you can start to turn out the hips in front of you and find the distance to cross the shins, whether really close together or really far apart, that feels relaxing for you to be able to sit tall and allow your knees to drop open easily. And if you tend to cross one leg in front of the other most of the time, I invite you to switch the legs so that you can start to balance out the stretch in your hips. And then take a moment to look around your space and allow yourself to focus on what brings you a sense of ease, safety, peace, groundedness. And not only through your eyes, maybe through smells or temperature, shapes and textures, sounds. Just allowing your nervous system to settle, your mind to arrive in your practice. I'm going to reiterate what I talked about yesterday, and that is, since we are in the first week or so of the new year, many people might be setting their intentions, goals, and resolutions for what they want to accomplish, do differently, or experience in the new year. A lot of looking forward. Today, I invite you to look back, bringing an attitude of gratitude to what has brought you to now, the journey that you have been through, the loved ones and all those who have supported you in your growth, expansion, and evolution to who you are today in this present moment. Even looking back at adversities that have been teachers, now that you can see them retrospectively and realize the ways they may have revealed your true power, your resilience. And even looking back at those who have come before us, who through their lives lived, contribute to our existence and well-being we are experiencing today. And as we cultivate this appreciation and maybe even reverence for the opportunity to experience this moment right here, how can you allow those qualities to then inform how you experience the next moment? Seeing the value in how present we can be in this moment in affecting our experience of the next. Start to bring your awareness to your body. You might close the eyes as you feel into the sensations happening within your body right now. Being curious to the many ways your body is communicating. Notice the quality of your breathing just as it is. And sense how the breath is communicating your energetic state. Notice the state of your mind, your heart, how you're feeling right now mentally and emotionally. How can you hold yourself in a loving space to acknowledge where you're at in these different layers of being. And from that place of acceptance and appreciation, what is your heart calling for you to cultivate through this practice today? Allow a moment to clarify your intention, your sankalpa. Then I invite you to zoom out your view a bit and remember that we are all affecting each other, our lives interconnected. And with that, I invite you to choose somebody that you might offer up this practice to so that your efforts here can be sent as support for the well-being and peace of another being too. And let in a deep breath as you feel the energy of your intention and to whom you're sharing this practice with. Exhaling a little longer through the mouth. Breathing in a little fuller, allowing your 4 walls of your rib cage to expand gently. And maybe sigh it out through the mouth. A few more breaths like that. Consciously giving and receiving life force energy through the breath. And now let's set our intentions together, connecting with a vibration at the center of our earth, Mother Earth. Om. Chanting that 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Let's begin a pranayama, a breathing practice to invite balanced energy, calm and focus. It's called Ujjayi pranayama, which means victorious breath. And it's done by closing the lips and softly narrowing the back of your throat to create a gentle whispering sound that you can hear in your breathing. And as you listen to that sound, lengthen your inhalation to the fullest extent and your exhalation just as slowly. So you're balancing your breath in and out while smoothly transitioning between the breaths. Listen to a few cycles as you sit here now. Inviting the sound of peaceful ocean waves rising and falling. Let the sound serve as a focus point for your mind, bringing it into the present moment again and again. And as you continue to listen to that sound, I'm going to invite you to sit up a little taller and we'll start to gently stretch the neck through movement. Inhaling as you drop one ear to one shoulder, circling your head all the way around. Take your time. Go as slowly as it feels comfortable for you. Try a couple of circles in one direction and a couple of circles in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And now let's lift the crown of the head and we'll bring the circles into the shoulders. As you inhale, rotate your shoulders forward and up. Exhale, rotate them back and down. Let's try a couple more in this direction. And reverse. Inhale the shoulders behind you and up. Exhale them forward and down. Couple more cycles. Now let's bring the movement into the arms. Inhale, circle the arms apart and join the palms to touch overhead. Keep the shoulders relaxing down. And then exhale, press the palms slowly down in front of you towards the earth. Couple more cycles of breath. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, press the palms down in front of you. Synchronize to your breath. One more cycle. Now let's bring the movement into the torso. As you breathe in, rotate your torso forward and exhale back. These are called Sufi rolls. Try a couple more in this direction. And let's reverse. Inhaling forward, the other direction. Exhaling back. Couple more. All right, from here, root down to your sitting bones. And let's bring a spinal twist, an open twist, using no leverage, just to warm up the sides of the torso a bit more. So as you inhale, press down through the pelvis, raise the arms overhead, relax the shoulders, sit tall. Keep the pelvis still, and as you exhale, twist to your right and open your arms wide apart, palms facing the right wall. Inhale, lift the arms, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. I'm mirroring you here. Open the arms. Twice more on each side. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, up. And exhale, twist left. Let's come back to center. Let's come on down to all fours now, tabletop, where we'll bring the spine into different motion, flexion and extension. So spread your fingers wide at the top of your mat and stack your shoulders above your wrists. Step your knees back a couple inches behind your hips and listen to your breath as we move to that pace in cat-cow pose, Betalasana. Inhaling, glide your chest forward. Roll your shoulders back and down, cow pose. Exhaling, contract your belly, dropping your head slowly to round cat pose. Again, inhale, draw your heart forward and coil your chest up. Exhale, press the ground away and lift the belly to dome your back. Try maybe about 3 more cycles of breath, taking your time to move slowly and mindfully. And now from here, I invite you to come down onto your back. We're going to warm up the lower body while lying down on our backs. So start by extending your left leg forward on the ground and bending your right knee. Take hold of your right thigh or shin and ground your shoulders. Lengthen your neck as you relax your head. Hugging your right thigh closer to the right outer side of your rib cage. You might like to circle your right foot in both directions for a few breaths here. Let's slide the right leg flat on the floor and switch. Hugging your left thigh or shin, ground your shoulders and head. Slide your left thigh to the left outer side of your rib cage. Give your left foot some movement as you hug the thigh closer and closer. Now let's draw both bent knees into the chest. Take hold of your knees with your hands and begin to circle your thighs apart, breathing in fully. Exhale as you rotate the thighs back together. Try several more circles and feel free to switch directions, switch the size of the circles, helping to lubricate the joints at your hips. You might even feel a massage in your lower back and glutes. Take your time to move as slowly as you're consciously breathing, so that the movement itself can be a form of meditation. Feel the beauty of slowing down, not having to rush, immersing in a feeling of spaciousness. A few more cycles of breath. Now let's set the feet on the ground, wider apart than your hips distance, just a few inches wider apart. Separate your knees just as wide, and let's start to windshield wiper the shins, keeping the feet where they are. Inhale, drop both knees to the right. Exhale, drop both knees to the left. Keep going for a few more cycles of breath. Now from here, draw your bent knees to your outer armpits, coming into happy baby pose. Ground your shoulders, head, and the back of your pelvis. Bend your knees as wide apart as you comfortably can and pull down through your outer feet or your outer shins, whatever you can reach, to draw your knees towards the ground outside of the shoulders. Separating your feet wide apart, keep them parallel to each other with the soles of your feet facing the sky. You could rock side to side if you want to massage into the lower back that way, or just be still. We're here for a few more cycles of breath. Notice the sensations you're experiencing, especially around your pelvis, inner thighs and outer thighs. Now let's slide the hands to your outer thighs and draw your bent knees together, beginning to rock side to side and or forward and back a few times. So in whichever direction is comfortable, you can lift yourself upright to sit. Entering our first held restorative pose, double pigeon. So we're going to focus on the outer thighs and hips here. So as you're sitting with your legs in front of you, if you tend to round your back, I invite you to grab a pillow or a blanket and make it as thick as you need to sit on the front edge of like this, so that you can tilt your pelvis slightly forward and you can sit up taller, helping to relax the front of your hips. And from here, let's take the right thigh and turn it out. Flex both of your feet by curling the toes back towards the shins, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So you have a figure four shape in the legs. Now this is one version of the pose. It's like a half version. So you could fold forward in this way. You could have a strap around the ball of your left foot flex to help you pull yourself in without rounding the shoulders. Otherwise, going deeper, if your hips are okay with it, bend the bottom knee, that's the left knee, and keep your feet flexed as you stack your knees and ankles. If the top leg is lifting away from the ground like this, grab whatever you have, pillow, block, combination, and fill that space so that you can comfortably relax into the pose. Now root down to your sitting bones. If you are in double pigeon, make sure that you're flexing both feet in a way that you're pressing the mounds of your big toes out towards the left and right walls, so that you're unable to see the soles of your feet, and that way you're not sickling your feet. And then as you breathe in, press down through the pelvis, lift up from the bottom of the spine, through the top of your head, relaxing the shoulders down. And as you breathe out, little by little, hinge forward from your hips, keeping a slight lift in the chest, your neck long on all sides. And then you can start to put your props to stack in front of you, like whatever configuration of blocks to rest your forehead on in a way that you can still keep your throat open. We're going to be in this pose for 3 minutes before we switch sides. So make any adjustments that you need to comfortably enough be still here, in which you're surrendering your body to gravity. You're not trying to hold yourself up. Try to exert as little effort as possible. And then let your mind pay attention to the sound of your breath. After this exhalation, very slowly start to press your hands into the ground, lifting your head and your torso. Stretch your legs in front of you, relax your feet, especially if you've been flexing them all this time. You could even point your toes to do something opposite or circle out your feet if you need. Just relax here for a moment and observe your body. Notice any way it's responding after that one side of the posture, double pigeon pose. Continue to nurture those slow, even breaths that you can hear. And let's take our time transitioning to the second side, which might have a different version of the pose for you depending on what's happening in your hips. So start by turning out the left thigh at the hip as you flex both of your feet and cross the left ankle over your right thigh like a figure four. Notice how this feels. You might place a strap around the ball of the right foot to help you fold in a moment in a way that you can lengthen the spine and not round the back. Or if it's available, keep flexing both feet and turn out the right thigh underneath, stacking your knees and ankles in double pigeon pose. And if the top thigh is lifting uncomfortably, you can fill that gap with any of your props. Now remember that if you're in double pigeon, you're flexing your feet in a way that you're pressing the big toe mounds of each foot out towards the left and right walls. This helps to stabilize and safely align your knees so you're not twisting them laterally. And then root down to your sitting bones. Breathe in and lengthen the spine. Breathe out just little by little. Hinge forward from your hips, finding your range of motion in which you can stack your props, if needed, underneath your forehead so that you can completely relax into the pose and not be holding yourself up in the pose. Make any last little adjustments so that you can comfortably enough be here in stillness for 3 minutes. Listening to your breathing. After this exhalations, very slowly begin to lift yourself up to sit, stretching both legs in front of you and just pausing to observe any way your body is responding or anything that you're noticing internally. I'm going to invite you now to take your strap, place it around the ball of your left foot, actually both of your feet, and let's separate the feet about hips width apart. Give yourself enough slack so that you're able to sit tall and draw the shoulders slightly back behind the ears and down. Flex your feet and press the insteps of your feet forward. We're going to fold forward in Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, for just about 10 breaths. So as you press the pelvis down, breathe in and lift and stretch the spine, relax the shoulders down, and breathe out, little by little hinge forward from your hips. Maybe crawling the hands closer to your feet if possible. Some of you might clasp the big toes with your peace fingers if you can do so, while still relaxing the shoulders and keeping a little lift in the chest. And as you're ready, breathe in to slowly rise all the way up. And once again, just pause for a few deep breaths. I'm going to invite you to go a little deeper into the outer hips by coming down onto your back once again. This time, bending both knees. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And see how close together you can hug your thighs so that perhaps your knees stack down the midline of your body. As you do that, splay your feet apart. If your knees feel tender, you can flex your feet while you do this. And with your hands, reach hold of your outer feet. If it's hard to reach, you can hold your outer shins, or you could hold the backs of your thighs. And if that still requires you to lift the shoulders because you want to relax them, take a strap and place it around the backs of your thighs as an extension of your arms. So keep your shoulders and head down, and breath by breath, hug your thighs even closer towards your chest and invite your feet to splay wider apart in a supine version of cow face pose. Supta Gomukhasana. Couple more breaths. And let's switch the cross of your legs. Take hold of your outer feet, or shins, or backs of the thighs, or strap. And try to also ground the back of your pelvis as you bring the thighs closer to you. Resting your head down, shoulders down. And last 2 deep breaths. And then uncrossing your legs, I'm going to invite you into Supta Baddha Konasana, in which you might want to have some props to open up the fronts of your shoulders if you would like that. Here are some options. You can place the tallest height of a block at the rearmost edge of your mat for the back of your head. And the medium second height of the block either crossing the width of the mat, spacing the blocks apart 5 to 6 inches, or turn that block to trace the lengthwise midline of the mat so the blocks are closer together, about 1 or 2 inches apart. In this way, as you keep the pelvis on the floor, you drop the knees apart. If you need anything underneath your outer thighs to feel more relaxed, feel free to do that. You can also place the weight of a folded blanket or pillow over your pelvis for grounding, energy, support. So as you lie back, you want to find the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and let that area touch the closest edge of the closest block like this, so that your shoulders roll off of the block, helping them to relax down to open the chest. And the back of your skull is supported by the furthest block. And by turning the palms to face up, you can help to relax the shoulders open more. Now, if you need more support, you don't want to be in this posture too intensely opening the chest. You can tilt the blocks 1 step lower like this. Each of the blocks 1 step lower. So you're closer to the ground, it's less of a back bend. So adjust according to what your body needs. And invite a feeling of symmetry along the left and right side. So your thighs, your feet, your legs, your shoulders, your hands. I'm going to invite you into another breathing practice or pranayama called box breathing, Samavriti pranayama. And it's another one that helps to relax the nervous system. It's a way of self-regulating, especially in moments of stress, overwhelm, or feeling emotionally triggered. It can help to bring you to a calmer, clearer state of mind. And it's easy to remember. It goes like this. You close the lips, breathe very gently through the nose. So we're no longer trying to create a whispering sound like ujjayi breath. And we'll inhale for 4 counts. We'll hold the breath in for 4 counts while relaxing. We'll exhale through the nose for 4 counts and hold the breath out for 4 counts while relaxing. See if you can let the bones of your body just submit to the weight of gravity. This is really a feeling of surrender and deep relaxation in your physical body. Now let's prepare to practice 3 cycles of box breathing together, and then 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath. Then I'll invite you to observe anything you feel after that. So prepare to start box breathing by emptying this breath. Then inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Try 3 more cycles on your own. When you've finished, let go of controlling your breath. Spend a few moments just observing anything you feel. And I'll invite you now to relax a little deeper into corpse pose, Shavasana, for the next few minutes. If there's a different position you want to rest your body in for this, feel free to very slowly and gently adjust your body into it. Notice how your body feels now. Listen to how your body wants to begin waking up. Take your time, ease into simple movements and gentle stretches where you are. You might keep your eyes closed to help you continue tuning inward. As you're ready, turn over gently to your right side and rest your head for a few moments. Observe your breathing. And notice how your energy feels now. Then slowly lift your body up to find a comfortable way to sit for 5 minutes sitting in meditation. Sit in a way that you can feel alert, relaxed, and grounded. You might place your hands in a mudra that supports concentration and relaxation, such as Gyan Mudra, palms face up, thumb and index fingers touching on the lap, or stacking the right palm face up over the left palm face up on the center of your lap, with your thumb tips gently touching. You might continue to close your eyes as you allow your attention to go inward, observing the feeling of your natural breathing, rising and falling. Notice how your mind and heart feel now. What can you integrate from your practice today into the rest of your day or next few days? So that our yoga is lived by us. It's not compartmentalized into an hour or so of asana. It's a living practice. And then I invite you to take a moment to recognize someone in your journey, your spiritual path, who has been of support to you in some way. Recognizing them with appreciation. And then I invite you to come back to your intention that you set. Remember to whom you dedicated this practice. And together as we close, let's use our voices as we chant Om to spread the vibration we've co-created through our shared practice. Let in a deep breath. And bowing in towards your heart center to honor the light within you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.